Title: Behind Her Eyes. Part 1: The Crystal Mansion. The advertisement seemed too good to be true. Personal assistant wanted, accommodation included, generous pay, absolute discretion. Utah. Olivia Harper, recently graduated and directionless, didn't have many options. Her life in Boston had fallen apart after her mother's death, and she accepted the job without asking too many questions. ASAP. She would do almost anything to escape her memories. The mansion was located on the outskirts of Vermont, surrounded by thick forests and a constant fog that seemed to float like an omen. Since she crossed the Iron Gate, Olivia felt something was not right. And then she met him. Marcus Blackwood, her boss. Young, powerful, with a deep voice and an unreadable gaze. He lived practically completely isolated, with only a housekeeper, a gardener, and a guard at the entrance. Nobody entered. Nobody left. "Everything I do," Marcus told him in their first meeting, "is to protect what I have." Duh. Olivia didn't ask what he meant, although she felt the words were directed at someone else. Or something else. The tasks were simple. Organize her documents, help her with her meetings virtuals, keep it away from the outside world. And yet, there were rules. Strange rules. Never enter the East Wing. Never go out after midnight. Never open the black box that Marcus was guarding in his office. Olivia promised to obey. At first. Second part. Between secrets and shadows. The attraction between them was inevitable. Each conversation between Olivia and Marcus was a dangerous dance, as if they said more with glances than with words. He was cold, reserved, but when he smiled those rare times, she felt that her whole world trembled. One night, while organizing some old books in the library, Olivia found a photograph hidden between the pages. Marcus, younger, with a woman embracing his waist. On the back, a note written, with running ink, "I will love you even after the fire. L." Olivia said nothing, but that same night, the black box appeared on her bed. Without a note, without explanation. Curiosity was more stronger than fear. She opened it. Inside were newspaper clippings, burned photos, and a police report. Case: Lila Brooks. Suspect: Marcus Blackwood. Status: closed without resolution. Olivia's. She froze. Who was Lila? Why did Marcus have all that? Why did the police investigate him? She heard footsteps in the hallway. She closed the box. She pretended to sleep. The next day, Marcus acted as if nothing. What would have happened? But that night she looked at him differently, as if she knew, as if everything had changed. And then she said it. "You shouldn't have gotten involved, Olivia." She got up with her heart in her garganta. "What happened to Lila?" Marcus walked toward the window. His shadow was projected on the glass. "Lila was my fiancée, and she died because of me." Third part. The Fire of the Past. The story, it came to light like an overflowing river. Marcus and Lila were going to get married. She was an artist, a dreamer, free. But one night, the gallery where she exhibited caught fire. The police could not prove anything, but rumors destroyed him, that Marcus had argued with her before, that the gunpowder used in the works was dangerous, that he had been there just before the fire. Since then, he isolated himself. He built his empire far from everyone, and he swore never to love again. "I didn't kill her," Marcus whispered, his voice breaking. "But someone did. And the fire didn't only take Lila, it destroyed me too." Olivia, I didn't know whether to believe him. But his heart, stubbornly, had already chosen. From then on, things changed. They began to get closer, to trust, to fall in love. Until one night, the house was at a coda. Someone cut the electricity. Noises downstairs, broken glass, Marcus wielding a weapon. And a figure among the shadows. A woman. Lila? Marcus stammered, paralyzed. But it wasn't her. It was Sarah, Lila's sister. Alive. And thirsty for revenge. "You took everything from me," she shouted. "And now you're going to pay for it." Sarah had faked her death. For years she investigated. It was at that moment. And she discovered that Lila did not die in the fire. She died in the hospital from asphyxiation, due to negligence, due to cover-up. "It wasn't," Marcus Olivia said, interjecting. "You know it." "But Sarah, I didn't want justice. I wanted pain." He shot. The impact was dull, dry, but it didn't reach Marcus. It hit Olivia. She fell into his arms, fading as darkness enveloped her. "Don't go," Marcus pleaded. "Not you." Epilogue. Rebirth. Olivia woke up 2 days later, in a hospital. Sarah was arrested. She confessed everything. Marcus was finally exonerated, although the past never disappears completely. Days later, back at the mansion, Olivia saw Marcus in the garden, building something. A new gallery, in honor of Lila, but also as a symbol of hope. "Why? What are you doing?" she asked him. He looked at her, and for the first time there were no shadows in his eyes. Because sometimes, love does not destroy us. It rebuilds us. Olivia hugged him, no longer out of fear, but out of love. And as the fog lifted over the trees, he knew that, finally, he had found a home behind his eyes. End.